and I'm your friend to the end. Heidi ho! Ha ha ha! Ha ha ha! Ha ha ha! Ha ha ha! Ha! Bananas are good for you, kids. Don't neglect your fruit. Ah. Hello everyone, and also Raziel here, and what better way to describe this? What would happen if Ultron was sponsored by Mattel? And lo and behold, you get the 2019 reboot of Child's Play. Okay, now before I get into the 2019 reboot, let's do a little backstory. So the original franchise began in 1988. Now, although in most franchises we want to focus on the kid and the family and all the side characters, stuff like that, no. In this case, we all know who the real star is. This psychotic doll, Chucky, also known as Charles Lee Ray, believed to be known as the Boston Strangler, a mad serial killer who, at the start of the franchise, is running away from a cop where he is fatally wounded. The thing is, he is also a voodoo practitioner. And thanks to a voodoo chant that he got from his Haitian friend, the chant of Dambala, we're not saying it, but because of this, he was able to transfer his soul into that of a good guy doll. Once his soul was transferred into the doll, he figured he was invincible, nothing could hurt him, and at the same time, he was enjoying a few killings here and there.
Amazing, isn't it?
Okay, many killings here and there. However, due to his unwilling surprise, the longer he stayed in his body, the worse chance he would become trapped in it, thereby making the doll human, as his friend said. I don't know how that worked, but nevertheless, his soul would be trapped in it, and he could eventually die within that body. Lo and behold, we now bring in the family. And here we meet Andy, your typical little shy kid, keeps to himself most of the time, so his mother got him a good guy doll. Tough break, kid. Now at first, despite the fact that this doll seems to be possessed by the soul of a psycho, for a short moment it actually seems pretty good. They have conversations, he even reveals his true name. But once he realizes that he's stuck in this body and he needs to get out quick, he learns from his friend,
"You have to transfer your soul out of the doll into that of the first human being you revealed your true self to."
Again, tough break, Andy. Now that he knows what he has to do, it's time to play a little game of hide the soul. I know, completely cheesy, but it works. I don't mean the spell worked, I just mean given the time frame, the name worked. And due to Chucky's horrible luck, he doesn't fail not once, not twice, but 3 freaking times trying to transfer his soul into a little child. The third time around was to a different child, but he was still thwarted thanks to Andy. So, after dying many times, thanks to the help of an old girlfriend, played here by the lovely Jennifer Tilly, he is brought back yet one more time, and your boy has seen some better days.
You.
Hey, I'm just speaking the truth. But after he got his wife, he just wasn't done. He tried to do the whole soul swapping again, only this time with his wife. Lo and behold, surprise, surprise, they fail. But due to some weirdness, you know what? They have a child. Enter Glenn. Or possibly Glenda.
I'm as anatomically impaired as a kendo.
Yeah, this is actually a plot in one of the movies. In the end, the child themselves decide to be a boy, and we have Glenn. And believe it or not, folks, this is when things really get stupid. Okay, so at this point, we actually have 8 movies. I understand if you haven't heard of some of these, but we have Child's Play 1 through 3, we have The Bride of Chucky, we have The Seed of Chucky, and then we have The Curse and Cult of Chucky. There are no words for the boring stupidity, but nevertheless, even after that, they still weren't done. After that, they had a slideshow. I don't know why this exists, but it's actually a little hilarious. If you check YouTube, you can actually find it. And even after that, just before, I believe it was The Curse of Chucky that came out, they made a few shorts entitled Chucky Invades. I have to admit, Chucky Invades was a little fun to watch because, for whatever reason, I guess to personify the curse, he incorporated himself into a few movies. Some of them being The Purge, Psycho, Mama, I still have to see that one altogether, and Drag Me to Hell. Now, I don't know about you, but to be honest, I kind of like how he looks in The Purge. I think I would have checked out The Purge with Chucky. That could have been fun. And actually, believe it or not, there is talk about the Sci-Fi Channel starting an 8-part miniseries that's supposed to come out in 2020, which is actually supposed to focus not so much on Chucky, at least I don't believe. It's supposed to focus on random characters in the Chucky universe. Now, to be honest, I kind of hope the 3 top ones I'm hoping to cover: Charles Lee Ray, just show his backstory, his connections to people. We definitely want to see the girlfriend played by Jennifer Tilly. And I also want to know about his Haitian friend who's a voodoo practitioner, because I would love to know how these two actually met up. Although it would be kind of a shame seeing his life go well, only to realize that being friends with Chucky will eventually cost him an arm, and literally a leg, before he gets a knife plunged into his heart via a voodoo doll. I swear. I know it's supposed to be scary, but most hilarious death I've ever seen. If you haven't seen any of these, I definitely say go and check them out, especially the first 3. The way the third one ends, you can actually tell that they meant to finish it right there, but you know Hollywood, so they had to keep on going. And now we come to Child's Play Reboot 2019. And I gotta say right off the bat, I actually enjoyed this movie. I was afraid that I was really going to dislike it, because unlike the originals, where you have a serial killer who transfers his soul into the doll, I was afraid, by the looks of the trailer, this was just going to be AI gone wrong. And in a small sense, I am right, but it's not the way I thought. Where earlier I made the crack about Ultron being led by Mattel, that was AI who, in a sense, although he was just learning, came to his own conclusions about destroying mankind. In this case here, and I warn right now, this is a mild spoiler just for the very first scene in the movie. That's all. Now what happens is these dolls are AI, but they have your basic 3 rules of robotics, don't hurt people, whatever. But a gentleman, because of reasons, chose to deactivate all of them. Now the funny thing is, we actually find out in the movie that just because he did all that, granted, you figure that's okay, he's going to automatically be a killer doll. Actually, that's not the case. What we see in the movie is that despite him doing that, this doll still could have been an okay toy. Which brings me to a concept I was really thinking about. Between the two, who would be the creepiest or the most terrifying? Now for me, I gotta say, hands on, Charles Lee Ray's Chucky is definitely the creepiest, because this is a doll who has the soul of a human, intelligent, calculating, and is very well aware of what he is doing. So that makes him creepier. The more terrifying, however, I have to say, is the 2019. First off, he's played by Mark Hamill. Already, I was set. Now, I am well aware that Mark Hamill played more than just the Joker, but I'd be lying if I said that I wasn't hoping to at least hear a slight little hint of the Joker in there. And some of his laughs and snickers, it was kind of in there, so I was pleased. But that's not why he's terrifying, although it doesn't hurt. What makes it terrifying is, in this case, this was a prime example of nurture over nature, because with robotics, the nature is simply 3 robotic rules: don't harm humans. In this case, this doll is given to an antisocial, definitely not emo visually, but definitely emo internally, 13-year-old boy who has no friends, doesn't want to talk to anybody, and without a doubt has some daddy issues. I actually feel bad for the doll. Actually, the funny thing is, too, for the name, Chucky took his own name. There was a point that he even asked Andy, what will my name be? And I actually forgot what name Andy gave him, but out of nowhere he just says, Chucky. I like that. Roll with it. Okay, so he's got... they already point out that he's a glitchy bot. But still, enter in 2 random friends because they like the fact that he can do a lot of things a good guy dolls can't. Of course, they don't know why he's able to do this, but they don't care. And what ends up happening is that not only are they exposing this doll to a lot of questionable things, but at the same time, it's almost like having a toddler with, I guess you could say, a quantum brain. So he's smart enough to see what's going on and sort of understand what's going on, but he doesn't have the knowledge to understand what he's seeing. As far as he's saying, he'll see the kids watching a horror movie and laughing their butts off, so he thinks that's a good thing. So if he picks up a knife and starts chasing somebody, he thinks it's a good time without understanding the ramifications of right and wrong. There's even points where he's saying, are we having fun now? And that's what turns him from terrifying to sad, because he really doesn't know. As far as he has any idea, everything he is doing is to keep Andy happy. That is his purpose in life. So when he sees Andy enjoying something, or he sees something hurting him or affecting him a certain way, heck, even if he sees somebody who might say, you're my best friend. Now, a person who has lived long enough and knows the context of humanity, you know what I mean by that, we wouldn't take those things to heart. We'd understand what we're looking at. But if you're talking about an AI little kid doll who is no more than maybe a day old, I'm not surprised this thing didn't get far worse than it should have. This movie was directed by Lars Klevberg. I looked him up. I haven't seen anything else he's been in, but seeing how this movie went, I might check a few out. As far as directing goes, I didn't hate it. I liked the way he told the story, and I liked where it went. Sure, there were a few cheesy moments and whatnot, but it still kept me entertained. Now, of course, this wouldn't be Child's Play without deaths. Don't worry, I'm not saying who's going to die, but I will say this. The deaths, like most horror movies, should be terrifying, or make you cringe, or make you want to cover your eyes, or, cry for your mama. I will admit, there is one death that made my spine fold in half. You'll understand it when you see it. Gentlemen, you will understand it when you see it. That was probably the first time I ever wanted to just scream out.
Oh, hell no!
Because it's not pretty. That said, all the other deaths, honestly, it was hard not to bust out laughing. There's even one set, not a spoiler, just saying, best gift ever. That's all I'm going to say. You ever have a cat where they give you some type of present and they look so proud just staring at you because they did something for you and they did it out of appreciation. You understand that. You're going to throw that thing in the trash right away, but you understand that. Yeah, keep an eye out for that. All in all, I'd have to say I really did enjoy this movie. I would say go and check it out. As far as your video library, I would honestly say Child's Play 1, Child's Play 2, Child's Play 2019, and just sort of push all the rest under a trunk. 6 feet under. Just forget those things. I am curious about this TV series that's coming out soon. If they do it, I might just go ahead and review it. It's supposed to be 8 parts anyway, so what the heck. If you guys are interested, let me know in the comments below. But in the meantime, definitely go out and see Child's Play. Let me know what you think, because I enjoyed it, but probably for the wrong reasons. When it comes to horror movies, I don't get scared that easily. And, I mean, jump scares don't count. Sure, it's a quick burst of energy, but no, I want terror. I want to see a horror movie that freaks me out so much that if I walk down the street and I see a bush rattle, I'm about to drive through concrete to hide from it, Minecraft style. If any of you out there knows a movie like that, please put it in the comments below. I will check it out and let you know what I think. But in the meantime, everybody, I hope you have a wonderful day. I hope you have a fantastic week to come. And I will see you all again very soon. Take care. You are my buddy until the end. More than a buddy, you're my best friend. I love you more than you will ever know. I will never let you go. You are my buddy, my one true friend. More than mere buddies, we are best friends. And as your buddy, I'll stay by your side. No one will love you more than I. My dear buddy, please don't cry. As your best buddy, I'm by your side. Oh my poor buddy, I swear I did my best, but now my buddy's laid to rest.